Yeah, good afternoon to Gagan Sai. Yeah, today is the 7th class mathematics. Yeah, today we learn the new chapter.
Okay.
That is the 10th chapter. Algebraic expressions. Yeah, page number is the 193. Today we learn the both books. That is the expert book part-2 and Telangana state book, and both are SB1 and SB2. Today we learn it only concept time 1. Next is the page numbers is also 193 and 39 to what's the 41. Today we learn it in the SB1 192. Yeah. First of all is the introduction. Algebraic expressions. Introduction you can some ideas is also there in that what's the algebra expressions in your previous grade is already over. So today we learning that we are already learning in previous grade variables, what's the constants. Yeah, that is also you can finishing there in that previous grade. And next is that how to represent the variables and constants using the letters and numbers, and that is also finishing there. And next is the what's that how to learn in that previous grade numbers patterns is also using that variables and constants, which is how to our patterns are using variables and constants. That is also it's over. But you are in the chapter you are new more topic, another topic is also can learn about algebraic expressions and the additions and subtractions in the 7th grade. You can learn in this another more topic you can add up in this algebraic expressions only. So that's why you can first of all you can once again you can recall that the what's the number patterns using the variables and constants. What's the number patterns? So you can do you know number patterns Gagan say in your let us example one example through you can learn this once again recall the number patterns only. What's that kind of write the general rule for the number of dots in each file, and also find the number of dots in file 5 and 6 only. Or see better neatly look at that notebook, be carefully listen what's the how to our number patterns. And today we will learn in this one. File 1 is the you can use the 2 dots in our file 1 and file 2, file 3 and file 4 only. So that's why you can each file is the 2 dots. Yeah, see first file is the 2 dots, and next the file 2 is the 4, and file 3 is the 6, file 4 is the 8, next file 5 is the 10, and file 6 is the 12 only. So that's why you can is the 2 you can add up that one only. So that's why you can here it is also draw a table here Gagan sign neatly, or file 1 2 3 of 2 or 6 only. So that's why you can number of dots you can count is also no problem if it's a count number file 1 number of dots is a file 1 is the number of dots is the 2 only. You can write down the 2. Next is the file number 2. File number 2 how many dots are there? 4 dots. Next is the file 3. File 3 is how many number of dots? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 is also. Next is the file 4. File 4 is the how many number of dots? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that's all are that you can add up 2 only. 2 more dots are you can add up this one. Next is the number of dots in your file 5. How many dots are in number of file is the 2 more. You can what's that you can so that's why I can here it is the 8 is the next more is the 2 more you can add up this one 2 more only. So that's why you can is the draw the 2 more dots. So that's why this is the file 5. Next is the file 6 is the 2 more you can add. So that's why you can is the 1 2 here it is the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 only. Yeah, number of dots. So how many number of dots in file 5 is the 10 only. Next is the file 6. So that's why you can number of dots. How many? 2 more you can add of this one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 only. Each row is the 6. This is the file 6 only. Here count it all are the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 only. So that's why icon is the kind of file number. File number is the 6 or number of dots. How many number of dots in the file 6 is the 12 only. What's the pattern? How to write it the pattern only. So that's why icon is the what's the pattern? 2 times the file number only. 2 times. Next is the file number. And 2 dots kada. So that's why icon file number is the 1. Next is the 2 times is the file number. File number is the 2 only. Next is the pattern. You can write. See better neatly. Listen better in our notebook. Be carefully. Listen better neatly. Next is the 2 times file number. So that's why is the 3. Next is the 2 times file number. 4. Next is the 2 times product of 2 times 2 cross 5 file number. 2 cross file number. Up to our n times. What's the 2 times of nth? Nth term means is the 2 cross n. Okay, you can understand neatly. Yeah, here it is also suppose of n equal to 5. So that's why is the 2 cross n. 2 cross n means is the 2 cross of 5. So that's why you can substitute the value in that in our expressions. You can substitute here it is all. Next is the n equal to 6. So that's why you can 2 cross n. So that's why is the 2 cross 6. So that's why is the 12 only. If it's a correct, if it's a check, you can draw here. It is the all are the dots. You can draw here. It is. So that's why you can. This is the pattern only. You can understood Gagan neatly. Number of dots. Number of dots in a nth file. Nth file equal to 2 cross n equal to the 2n. This is the once again recall the review of the number of patterns only. Next is the what is the algebraic expressions. What is the algebraic expressions? Definition you can write down the definition Gagan sai. First of all, what's that expressions? These expressions are used variables and constants. Okay, to represent a pattern is known as the algebraic expressions only. First of all, you can write down here it is Gagan sai. An expression that uses, what's the uses are there in our algebraic expressions? Variables. One more is the constants. Algebraic variable and constants. Constants to represent a pattern. Pattern is known as the algebraic expressions. Okay, is known as the algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions. This is the definitions only. Algebraic expressions. And what's our uses is there in our algebraic expressions? Variables and constants. What's the variables? Variables is the take a different values. And here what's the constant? Constants is the fixed only. So that's why you can these all are is the definitions can write it Gagan say neatly one by one. What's the next topic is the parts of algebraic. Okay, expressions. Parts of algebraic expressions. Algebraic expression. What's the parts? Okay, what's the parts are there? For examples are any simple algebraic expressions. What's the algebraic expression? 3x minus of 4. This is the simple algebraic expressions only. So that's why you can write down the one more examples here. It is 10x. For examples is the 10x plus 20. This is the one simple algebraic expressions only. So that's why you can what's here it is. This is the constant only. You can know the constant Gagan sai. This is the constant. X is the variable only. X is the variable. And next one is that what's that? Another one is the variable and constant and coefficient. What's the coefficient? This is the coefficient only. This is the coefficient. And next is the terms. What is the terms? So terms is the this is the both are the terms only. Okay, Gagan sai. Definitions. What's are, you can write down the definitions one by one. What's the constant? Constant is a constant is a number with a fixed value. With a fixed value, but there is a not to change the value. So that is the constants. Here it is the 20 is the constant only. And next is the what's the variable? Variables is takes the different values only. So that's what's the x. X means is the substitute the values 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and alag. So but say different values are take it only. So that's why you can this is the x means is that variable only. Next is the coefficient. What's the coefficient? Coefficient means is the a number that is the multiplied by a variable. Here it is that multiplied by a variable. This is the variable multiplied by and 10. 10 is the multiplied by variable only. So that's why is the coefficient. Here it is that coefficient is the 10x only. This is the 10 is the coefficient only. Multiplied by the coefficient is a number that is multiplied by a variable. Example is the 10. Here it is the 10 is the coefficient only. What's the term? What's the term is the terms is the part of algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions is the term is the one part only. What's the part? This is the constants and variables. Product of separated by constants and variables is separated by the plus addition symbol and subtraction symbols. Both are equal signs are used only. So this is the 10x plus, here it is the plus symbol only. So that's why icon is the constants, one variables and product of the product of the variables and what's that product of that separated by the signs only. What's the signs here? It is r plus signs here it is on. So that's why I can the or is the two are the both are the variables only. What's are terms here? It is the examples is the 10 and 20 10x 20y is the terms only. You can understand that two terms only. Here it is the two terms only 10x 20. You can understand again say neatly. And these are the constants and variables. Here it is that also you can product separated by the product. This is the separated by that plus symbols either are the minus symbols only. So that's why is the 10x and 20 is the two terms are there in that algebraic expression. 3 terms or 4 times or terms is also there, but here it is the only 2 terms there only. Only are this is the terms, 2 terms only. Already write it in our given notes is also there, but don't write it the definitions only. Only definitions I only overall tell only, but your notes you can already each and every point is a definitions with the examples only. You can write down. What's that here? It is that in our expressions. Here is the expressions. What's that coefficient is the 10 only. Here is the what's the constant is the 20 and variable is the x and terms is the 10x and 20. Okay, only you can write down here it is the only numbers only, but there don't write it the definitions part, but definitions part is already given in our notebook only. Okay, these are you can understood of this one Gagan say what's the variables, what's the constants, what's the coefficient, what's the terms, you can understood Gagan say neatly. Yeah, next is that two types of that expressions. Expressions is also two types only. What's that? The numerical expressions and algebraic expressions only. What's that the difference of the between the numerical expressions and the algebraic expressions? You can two types of expressions are there. Two types of expressions, algebraic expressions. Okay. Yeah. What's that? First one is the numerical expressions. Numerical expressions, and second one is the what's the second one is the algebraic expressions. algebraic expressions only. What is the difference between the what is the numerical expressions, what is the algebraic expressions? Today with one examples today we will learn only. What's that? First one is the numerical expressions. Numerical expressions. Numerical expressions. A numerical it expressions that contains only numbers only and mathematical operations. Okay na? It contains only numbers and mathematical operations. Mathematical operations, you can know the mathematical operations, plus, minus, product, division. These all is the one examples are any examples are 10 or plus is that here it is that x is also there, same examples here it is also same Gagan sign neatly. Sir, other one is also there, but you are 21. Okay, this is the one example of that one, but here is only numbers only, but you are don't write it that variables. So that's why the mathematical operations is also there. This is the addition only, subtraction, addition and product, multiplication. Any you can use the operation symbols are used only. Next one is the second one is the algebraic expressions only. Algebraic expressions. What's the algebraic expressions? It contains numbers, at least one variable and mathematical operations. Okay na? It contains okay na? It contains numbers. It contains numbers, at least one variable, and mathematical operations. Yeah, examples. What's the examples? Gagan side 10 plus 20 of x only. You can understand Gagan side neatly. Yeah, listen better. Yeah, neatly listen better. Algebraic expressions. It contains numbers. At least one variable. That is that mathematical operations is also there. That is the plus only. This is the one examples of the algebraic expressions. You can understand of that is all, or can understand Gagan side neatly. How to write it, that pattern of that number of dots, how to draw anything. Today we will learn finishing there only. So you can understand Gagan side neatly. In this one, what's the definitions, what's the algebraic expressions, variables and constants, what's the variable, what's the parts of algebraic expressions. Parts is there, all are the parts of the coefficients, parts and constant terms, and what's variables, all are the definitions of the finishing, and what's the examples, and how many types of the algebraic expressions, what's the algebraic expression definitions, 2 times, and these all are is the examples of the algebraic expressions. You can understand Gagan side neatly. Yeah, another more topic is also included in that 7th graded the algebraic expressions, addition and subtraction only. These all are is that it's over of the introduction. Yeah, this is that earlier introduction of that algebraic expressions introduction only. So let us start the exercise 1. Today we will learn that all problems and solutions. Today we will learn only. Okay.